Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Harmonious World. My name is Hilary Seabrook. Harmonious World is an independent podcast that includes interviews with musicians and those with an interest in music. For this episode, I'm delighted to be joined by members of L'Antidote, which is a trio of musicians that I discovered when I went to hear Ludovico Einaudi at the Royal Albert Hall and was blown away by the performance of several of the members of his band, but especially the cellist, Redi Hassa, who is from Albania, and Redi is one of the musicians in L'Antidote. He's joined by Rami Khalif on piano and Bijan on percussion. The trio's debut album has just come out on Ponderosa Music Records. What you're listening to now is The Orchard, which was actually one of the singles released from the album. I'm really looking forward to having a chat with members of this ensemble. And I hope you enjoy listening to our conversation.
Nice to meet you.
And you too, Bijan.
Great.
Hi, hello.
Rami.
Yes, how are you, Hilary?
I'm good, thank you. It's really nice to meet you.
Bijan, how are you?
I'm fine, my friend.
Bijan and Rami, it's an absolute delight to have you here because I discovered L'Antidote completely by chance, and I'm delighted that I did.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I heard, I went to Ludovico Einaudi in London and Redi was on cello.
That was in London, right?
Yeah, it was at the Royal Albert Hall. And I was absolutely blown away. I mean, the whole band is incredible, obviously, but there was something about Redi's cello that was just amazing. So I got in touch with the PR people to see whether I could speak to him or something, and then discovered that you'd got this new trio and that you'd got the album out. And so it was perfect timing. So I reviewed it back in July. I loved the album.
Fantastic. So thanks to Ludovico, by the way.
Yeah. But I'm fascinated by how you met because, Rami, you're from Lebanon, but you live in Australia. Bijan, you're originally, or your family is from Iran, but you're in France. And Redi is from Albania, but lives in Italy. So how on earth did you three meet and how often do you get together, etc.?
I'm currently living in Australia. I was living in France. And before that, I was living in Lebanon. And before that, I was living in America. So as Bijan said,
I told you.
I changed a lot. But I mean, it's just Titi was at the helm of the trio. I mean, the project. He was like center to our encounter, the three of us, our producer. So he's the one who we knew him separately. Bijan and Redi knew each other from other projects. They worked together a little bit on other projects a few years back, and that was the third guy joining the mafia. So I had a relationship with. I knew Titi from solo projects. He hired me for a few festivals as a solo pianist for solo things, and then when we talked for the first time, from the first time we met, actually, he mentioned Redi at first, that he wanted to introduce me to Redi because Redi on the cello reminded him a lot of me on the piano. And then on another occasion, we were talking about Reddy, and then he mentioned Bijan. So this is how he started already, maybe fostering that idea that maybe the three of us would be a nice bet and a good chance to create something different and unique. So I think he had this idea for quite a time, and then between the idea and putting things into action, there's always a gap. But he filled that gap, and he really put into action his what his mind was telling him to do. So reuniting us, and we met in Italy for the first time, did some music together, and the rest is story.
Because it really does work, doesn't it? The three of you together, it's incredible.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah. And we didn't really put much effort into it, in the sense that we didn't really like broad compositions, and we were not like like really intellectualizing the project. It was really natural, organic, and we said, let's meet, let's play, and let's see what happens. And then it just worked. For some reason, the alchemy operated. We three very free-spirited people. We don't really impose, because we want to remain free, so we don't want to impose our rules on the others. So we respect each one's boundaries and each one liberty. And this is, I think, the recipe for the success of the trio, and in the sense that it is really flowing, and there is not really a hustle, or you don't feel like it's we're trying hard. It's just there.
We were very lucky because of Titi, as Rami said, to get to know each other through music, without a lot of big talks about theory, and. So it was the kind of luxury also to take the time to meet through music, try some paths together, and it was a lot of freedom too in the making of the music. I mean,
yeah. So what is the sort of balance between composed music and improvisation?
We left the as Rami was saying, the flow going. It was coming at the time. It was a moment. We took the moment, and sometimes we worked. Eventually, we work on what we did to try to organize a bit more. But as I said, it was a lot of freedom, and we just listened to each other, take some paths, and let the music.
Why are you called the antidote, effectively? I mean, heaven knows we need one in the world as it is today. Is that where that idea comes from?
That's also Titi's idea. The title, I think. I mean, yeah, without making it too intellectual again, we, from our different backgrounds, we went through suffering and through same kind of healing process, adaptation, resilience, empowerment, taking your life into your own hands again, regaining your pride, your honor, and those things are common to our history as musicians and as human beings. So with that kind of background we had, knowing the struggle, knowing the violence, the wars, everything that human, when they become ugly, they are really ugly. Humans, they can be very tough and ugly. So putting that on the side, we wanted to counterbalance that weight in offering something much more healing, and because healing comes through you cannot heal if you haven't suffered. So that's the point of the music. It's from this suffering the time comes to heal and to reconcile and to regather the energy. So we're in that therapy as well. As musicians, we have treatments when we play together. Yeah. It's like some kind of detox. So it is as empowering and powerful for us as it is, I guess, for the audience. Try to forget what's going on in the world. Not forget, but you cannot forget. You just try to redirect the energy somewhere else.
And it's really a kind of medicine for us, no? To those moments are really precious, and I feel that I need that, especially nowadays.
Yeah, but it sounds as if you're bringing the antidote to the audience as well. So you're encouraging the audience in listening to the album, and hopefully for some of us who are lucky enough to hear you perform live, when on those occasions when you can all be in the same continent at the same time, you know, that perhaps that gives us all that opportunity to have some healing together.
Of course, it's a collective healing. Healing comes from collectiveness, and from that unity, from that gathering, from those powers that we can unite together. We can, assemble more energy, and we can feel it even more when you're in a group. And this is why it's great. I mean, whenever we have the concert, we feel that kind of circle around us, and it's like a procession kind of prayer we're all having together.
Yeah. At the start of this podcast, I will have played a little bit of The Orchard, which is one of the singles from the album. Can you talk a little bit about what was going through your heads, sort of what inspired you when you were playing that piece?
It started as an improvisation. I guess it's one of the, I would say, darkest piece of the album, where you can feel like a wound, like a very vivid wound in those basses of the piano. And then it opens up the more the percussion start to add with this butterfly feeling. Bijan, whenever he plays, he also goes against the trend of the percussion player. He's more into the really light and very fairy and feather, like a feather, type of rhythm. And the lyricism also of the melody that comes poignant and dramatic reinforces that tragic bass that we have on the piano. But then it opens up, and with the reverbs, and it's like we go into worlds of I don't personally I see like open spaces, lots of wind, fields, something we're escaping from, again escaping from something, going to something maybe more that has more air, that has more light.
That's interesting, Bijan. Then talk to me a bit about your approach to the percussion. Is your approach to percussion different when you're in different ensembles? Because you've played with a lot of different people.
Well, thank you, by the way. Thank you for the. Yes, I mean, they are incredible musicians, and I feel secure in terms of rhythm also, because I play some percussion. I'm really concerned about all the tempo, and for sure it's very sure, and we can go and try things together. And there is also one thing that I like about this trio, about Rami and Reddy, is that they have a lot of potential, a lot of techniques, but they leave a lot of space into the music and the breeze. And it's the same with percussion. You have different options to approach it. You can fill the room and with a lot of things, but you can just put colors and what's with the music in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this idea of space in music is very important for me. And I think because I play also some plugged instruments, some strings instruments, it make me approach the percussion in another way. I don't know how to explain, but yeah, it.
And I think in some ways you don't need to explain, because I just need to get people to listen to the music, because I think that clearly, you're not sitting at a drum kit, you're playing lots of different instruments. Are some of your instruments more traditional and some more modern? How do you balance that up?
Yes, most of them they are traditional percussion from Iran, from the music, the classical music of Iran, let's say. These goblet drums that we call zarb. It is a simple drum, actually. It's a piece of wood with skin glue on it, and it's a finger percussion. So I don't really use mallets, and it's mostly with the fingers. Yeah.
It's brilliant. I can't wait to see you all playing live. I think it's going to be so exciting.
we're also very happy to, because we started the project to meet the first time we went directly to the studio, no, and now is the time to explore things on stage, which is another pleasure to and when we get to know each other better and better, and the music is moving also.
Yeah, you're looking forward to that, Rami?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's what's nice is because it stems from improvised music, so there is lots of room to for a change. It's never fixed. It's never the same. And every concert is different. Every structure is different. Every piece becomes a new piece because we give ourselves that liberty of the form and the movement. So we have a structure, but within that structure, there is really a big room to play the way we feel like playing on that day. So
Right.
that's the fun thing about that trio, that project, is that it is really uh, a ball of fresh air all the time when we play it. It's like we feel rejuvenated.
Yeah, so people shouldn't expect to hear replications of the album.
No. And I think it's the point of our music. I mean, an album is an album, and it has its own story, and it's great. A recording is what it is. It's a recording, but I don't think a recording should be. Live is a totally different experience, and we should not replicate the recording, because a recording is a recording and the live is a live, and they both of them in their own ways are valid, and this is, I think, it can only make the music richer and stronger, because then it has more potential, to grow and to take different forms.
Yeah. So the album is an introduction. It's a gateway for people into your
absolutely
ensemble.
Yeah, and because also it's a gateway because it's the album is still in the beginning of our encounter. So as Bijan said, we almost recorded straight without even playing one concert together. So this recording came before we actually played our first live. So it is in the premises of the project. It will always stay as the first try, and the first let's say experience as a collaborative project. So it can only get, I guess, better and even more substantial with the whole experience of the live we'll gather throughout our tours and concerts we'll do in the world.
Yeah, I'm going to explore the work of Titi, who you've mentioned, because he sounds like he heard something in the three of you, and in working with you, understood that there was a quality about the three of you that would work together. And it must be hard for him in a way to sort of set you off and let you go to do live stuff.
Yeah, but he knows what kind of animals he's dealing with. he knows what he signed for.
Yeah.
Thanks to Titi, I mean, to have the idea to join the three of us, and it was it was a kind of risk, but he had kind of intuition. How do you say? Yeah,
flair. Yeah, flair. He had the flair.
Yeah. And that intuition.
Yeah, but we're not really we're untamable. I mean, we're not really docile. He has to deal with people that are a bit wild, So and not only in music but in life in general. I mean, we're not we're a bit special in all of us in our own ways. So but that it's great. I mean, it's not a project to put you in a box, not at all. No. It's to preserve each one's freedom and everyone's will to live and to experience the way they want things. This is why I love that project. It's because when I hear it, I hear Bijan being Bijan, Ready being Ready, and me being myself.
That's fantastic.
Also, maybe it's interesting to say, because we didn't mention him. We had one guy that we called the coach, Alberto. He had an eye of. He was always with us in the studio, and he has a knife from behind and trying to guide us a bit. And it's nice to mention him because he was there from the start.
Of course. Yeah. He was like a very good eye for us to sometimes bring us to the ground, because we tend to fly very quickly, and he's the guy who brings us back sometimes together to the ground. Okay, this is great, but it's going in too many different directions. Let's center this. Let's go into that direction. Let's work that idea more. And we need also that ear, obviously, that outlook of someone who is on the outside of the project as well, to be able also to have that who can guide us when we need it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's interesting, isn't it, that those two guys then had such an impact on on not taming you, but kind of keeping you going back into the right direction.
Yeah. And every time they bring us into that direction, we kind of kick it and we break it again. And it's like this game, of pulling away and pulling back. But it's all, it's delightful because the whole group, and I'm not just mentioning us, but everyone working on that project has been really great. And really respectful, and they're all passionate people. So when you work with passionate people, and when these people are really driven by passion, love for music, for art, for something different, it's already a very good beginning. And when people are really humble and good people, really good people, it's just great. There's no interest behind that project. It's just driven by love and beliefs of something better.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. I'm really grateful, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you in November at King's Place.
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to come to London.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's such a nice venue, and it's great.
Yeah. I played in London in July. I played at the Barbican on another project.
Oh, so, which project was that?
I was playing with my dad on the lute. He's a very famous lute player from Lebanon, and a cellist. So we were in a trio configuration as well.
Wow.
So we played at the Barbican, and I love coming back to London every time I play. It's great.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, stay on that plane and just keep coming back.
Yeah, no worries. For sure.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Hilary.
Yes, Meg.
Bye, Hilary. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me for that conversation with Rami and Bijan from L'Antidote. What you're listening to now is L'Ombre qui passe from their self-titled album. Do get to see them in King's Place, London on the 15th of November if you can, or wherever you are in the world. They say it sounds like they're very, very busy travelling around, so hopefully you'll get to see them sometime. But thank you for joining me once more for Harmonious World. Thank you for listening to the latest episode of Harmonious World. My name is Hilary Seabrook, and it's a great delight to bring this series of discussions with musicians and composers and writers and all sorts of people to you. Obviously, there's no point in having a podcast if people aren't listening, and I'm very grateful to my listeners for doing so. Thanks also to Joe English for composing and performing this new theme tune. So wherever you get your podcast, you can leave a review. You can share this with your friends and family, either as a link or on social media and that sort of thing. I'd be really grateful for that. Don't forget that you can subscribe now. There's a link wherever you get your podcasts. So have a great week, and please remember why I started this, which is just to try and make the world a little more harmonious. Thanks for listening to Harmonious World.